or you're all by yourself depending upon size of the project?
Every organization, yeah, it depends on the project size. The numbers will be fixed, and the duration. It is completely depending on the size and the duration. If let's say the duration is very less and the project is it's a huge project, then they need more people, correct? And the budget should be more. Otherwise, how they will survive? How the organization will survive? These all matter. Sometimes you will find 3 BA, sometimes you will find only 1 BA. It depends. You can ask all these questions once the time of job description and all this things. You can ask them. Like, are there any other BAs or there? So they will ask you. One last question will be there. Do you have any doubts? Correct? Once you attend the interview, in the last they will ask you, do you have any doubts? So many people say no doubts. You have to ask. You should not say no. You have to ask what type of project is this, which is it an agile model or which model, what is the duration of the project. So any other BS will be available or I am the only one have to do. Like this you have to ask them. Which technology you are using, Java or SAP or .NET or whatever it is. You can ask so that the vendor will get some. That fellow will feel that yes, you are a real guy. Okay, you got my point, right? But many people what they will say like, no doubts, everything is fine, and they will just hang the call. That is not the right practice. You have to ask questions. That's it. So here we talked about use case template. Use case template is nothing but the use case document, I can say. Use case document consists of use case ID, use case name, use case description. And every use case you have a couple of requirements. For every requirement you have test cases, different test cases. Okay, now I will show you one test case, how it looks like. Then we'll look into the RTM, requirement traceability matrix. This is a real test case document template. I mean, listen carefully, this test case templates or documents will not be same. I mean, the fields will be same, but it is not like the design should be same or the data should be same. It's not like that, okay? So, it differs from the organization to organization. Company to company, they design different templates. They have different templates. So, no one will ask you to design this template, but you have to insert the data inside this, okay? Let's say here test case ID, test case name and description, both they're asking here to put it one place, name and description. Then steps, user actions, steps. See, if it is like a username and password, there are only 2 steps. But when you look into Gmail registration process, or when you let's say that you are filling a profile page in Facebook, okay, or you are uploading your resume in any job site. That means you have to fill some details, right? Around 10 to 20 details like your name, first name, last name, phone number, resume, upload you have to do, location, these all things. These are the requirements only. So which one should be done first, which one should be done next? User actions. How to mention here, like in use case document we write, right? Like use case scenarios. So those scenarios you have to put it here, just high level. But it is not mandatory for all the test cases. In this test case they mention like this, but it is not for all the test cases, okay? And input specification. Input specification means, so you are telling to testers to test it. That's great. You are telling testers to log into this and test the application if it is working fine or not. So login means you have to already register yourself, correct? You should have a username and password, right? Without having username and password, how these people will test it? For example, if I ask my tester to test Facebook application, how that fellow will test? Okay, let's say that the registration process, let's say that fellow has tested that by entering some details. So we have to give, you have to use this so and so email ID, you have to use so and so password for this testing. Like this, we have to give input specification here. Suppose they are testing login page, so we have to give the dummy IDs. We call them as dummy IDs or business users IDs. Correct? Either BA can create them or else testers can create them and testers can use them. Okay, then expected result. Yes. What you are expecting by this? When I log in, I have to see email page. And what you got? What you got is YouTube page. Absolutely, completely wrong. Okay. Now immediately what happens here? Test status, pass or fail. Fail. Then execution date, bug ID. This bug ID and execution date sent to developers. Okay, the developers will look into this and they will fix the thing, and again they will send it. Okay, so once, how do you come to know that again the developers have fixed it? No idea. We have to test it again test it, cycle 2, again test it. Okay, actual result, expected result. Here is expected result, here is actual. If it is pass, fine. Otherwise, fail. Again third cycle. Like this, it goes for 10 times, 20 times also sometimes. It depends on the requirement. Okay. Until unless you get the right result, you have to keep on testing. Up to some limited time. So let's say 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. Still it is not working. That means there may be a problem with the developer or there may be a problem in the requirement. Okay. Then they have to look into that. That is the reason testing takes more time. That is the reason. Whenever we design a project, we have to design it in a perfect way. I mean, developers should do their 100% job. Designers should do their 100% job. Otherwise, the time will be consuming in testing. Again, you have to do it, right? Again, developer have to involve and work on it. So, a lot of time it takes. Okay, this is how it works. And the remaining data, you can see project name, module name, blah, blah, project ID, it is all common. You can mention. I'll send you this template.
Shriram,
Yes.
is there any like general number that, okay, after 4 testing, if there is a problem, you first need to address the problem and then again start the process? I mean, is there any just ballpark number that one should be looking for?
It's not, there is no number, but maximum are three times. That is the reason we mentioned
3 times.
Yeah, 3 cycles.
3, okay.
Because
Okay.
it's too much. I mean, you cannot go more than 3, 4, 5, right? So,
Right.
because it's waste of time.
Mm.
So, so 3 is the max.
And then if it is still not working, what happens next? I mean, is the BA is supposed to address the problem and bring it to management, or what happens after that? Like say after 3 times it is still not working and
Testing
obviously
manager.
there is a problem.
The testing manager or test lead will look into this. If testing manager or test lead is also unable to resolve it, then if everything is transparent, right, in project, then people will arrange a meeting and see and check the things. Developers will get together and see what has happened, why it is not working, and designers will come into picture. There may be a problem in the designing, there may be a problem in the requirement only. Like this, they will fix, they will discuss, and they will find out the root cause and they will fix it. And it takes a lot of time. I mean, sometimes, because of some bugs, it takes a lot of time. You keep on dragging. People stay nights to nights, like to resolve the issues. Okay. While I was working with CS Holdings, I was there for 3 days, completely in office. So they provided one dormitory. We used all our team members. We were there, like 4 or 5 leads, and continuously, like we used to take 1 hour nap. Again, we used to get up and see what happened, like this. So there were some issues, like some serious issues, were unable to resolve. So we were there in office for 3 days continuously, and we fixed it. So this is what really happens. It doesn't happen all the time, but sometimes it happens. Like if you work in a Scrum project, Agile projects, it happens because we have very less time, right? Right. That's it. Okay, and
so Sriram, so that bug ID that you were talking about in the template.
Okay.
So is that I mean, how does that ID get generated? Like
it's automatic generator. I mean, we mentioned some like so and so requirement, so and so ID like this. We should not bother about IDs. Okay, though I'm like the IDs, either we can manually put it or like according to the requirements only we can name it. Let's say this is the first requirement. We can say bug ID is 1.1 like this.
Okay.
Because it's the
and
first
so
requirement.
Is this kind of a template similar to manual testing, or is manual testing totally different?
This is a manual testing.
This is manual testing, right?
Manual testing only we will discuss. We don't go with automation. Of course, automation testing also we go with this template only, but we use different tools for testing. So we don't. Okay, the requirements, everyone needs business requirement document only. So looking into that only, they will do this. But test template will give a clear picture, like what are the. So why BA have to design this template? Because BA is the person who knows the result in the beginning, correct? I mean, client will tell to BA that If you register, you will get this Gmail. If you register, you will get this. So that the answer also BA will know before only. So that BA, generally according to IABA, BA is the one who have to prepare the test case. But many of the companies, testing people will prepare it. But only the challenging here is, I mean, if testing people prepares this test case, I'll tell you what happens. Just a second. If test people test this, there is a chance of missing the requirements. Let's say there are 100 requirements, right? So BA will give this requirement template to testers. That's fine. And BA will ask them to write the test cases. But there is a chance of missing the requirements. They may skip some requirements because they don't have much idea about the requirement, right? They will just simply look into that and write here test, that's it. But BA is the one who understands the project from the beginning, so that fellow is suitable. So when you will design the test case template, at the time of requirement gathering only, we don't do it later. We don't do it after the designing or development. Whenever you gather, in the other hand, let's say in one hand you are writing business requirement document, functional requirement template. In the other hand, you have to write test case template. One requirement there, one test case here. One requirement there, one test case here, like this. Got it? You have to open two documents and you have to insert it. That will be easy, and you will never miss any requirement. You will put all the requirements as test cases. Correct? And what about the other details means after developing, testing people will test it. Well, because already it is developed, right? Already it is developed now. Now they can test it. So BA will give this test case template to testers at the time of development. I mean after the development. Then they will look into this and they will test the application. That's it. Is it clear? And if you want help, you can take a testing manager or test lead help. One tester will sit beside you and that fellow will write in the beginning only. I mean when you gather the requirements, at the time you can interact with the quality analyst, tester, and you can ask that fellow's help, and you tell him that, see, these are the requirements I am gathering, you have to write test cases for this. Okay, so this is also, it happens, because maybe you are very busy with your work, you cannot do all these things, maybe you don't have experience on this writing the test cases or whatever it is. You can take help of them. It is like a group, it is like a, it is a teamwork, right? So you have to share something, some people should help you. It is not like you have to do everything, correct? So in earlier days it was like this, but it's not, now it's not. The things have been changed now. Once Agile came in the market, once Agile came in the industry, the things have changed. But before that, if you are the person, you are responsible. That's it. You either whatever, do or die, that's it. If designer knows how to do it, that fellow will not help. If tester know how to do that, that fellow will not help, because they are paying for you for your work. Unnecessarily, they lost many projects like this. And they simply blame a developer or a business analyst or a manager, and they will fire that fellow from the company, and they will bring one more person, the same thing happens. Okay, so that is the reason. It's a teamwork, people say. Agile methodologies are successful, that is the reason. Okay, fine, whatever it is. A good team always helps each other. A good project manager always makes people to help others. Okay, then only we call them as a good project, good team members. Otherwise, it is not a good project, good team members. Okay, whatever it is. Next, here our topic is about requirement traceability matrix, RTM. So now a tester want to see that this requirement belongs to which requirement, which this test case belongs to which requirement, how it is possible. Now I'll tell you. Let's say for 2.1 we have around 5 test cases. Okay, like I can number here like 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, okay, 2.4, 2.5. Let's say 5 test cases were one requirement, that is second requirement, registration process requirement, and the third requirement we have like 3.0. This is for the third requirement. Okay, and the fourth requirement is 4.0, like this. Okay, something like this. Now look at this requirement. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 test cases. So now how tester will come to know that this 2.3 belongs to which requirement, 2.4 belongs to which requirement? So what they have to do, they have to open test case requirement template, and they have to see where is the second requirement, inside the second requirement. So they have to map there. It is little bit difficult, okay, to see. So how many documents they will open? They have to open test case, requirement template, and use case template side by side, and they have to check. It is little bit difficult, but that is the reason for testers we will create this requirement traceability matrix. What it do is it mix of everything, like I can say use case ID, requirement ID, and requirement name, and test case ID, test case name. Okay, like this. You can put all the fields also. You can put even all the fields also, but I'm just giving an example. You can say like use case ID is 1, requirement ID is 0.1, and requirement name is login page. Test case ID is let's say 1.0, and the test case name is test login page. And you can put all the additional. So this is known as requirement. What you are doing here, you traced the requirements, right? You are tracing them. Like let's see the second requirement here. Registration, right? Two point one. This is 1.1. Okay. Yeah. 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, 2.4, 2.5. Then comes the third requirement here. 0.3. Got my point, right? 3.1, like this. Now what you understand here? So this is all for one requirement. Now easily you can identify, correct? So this is all for one requirement, second requirement from here. Correct? Because I didn't mention one here, because these are all requirements for one use case only. No need to write always a use case ID number. Under this one use case we have requirements. Under one requirement we have n number of test cases. Is it clear? So like this, let's say third one. For third one also you have, let's say, two test cases, 3.2, 3.3. Okay, and again comes the fourth requirement, 4.1, fifth requirement, 5.1, like this. So like this, we'll put them together. We call it matrix is nothing but a tabular format. A tabular format we call it as a matrix. And requirement tracing, we trace the requirements and put it in one place. Is it clear? Now easily everyone can understand. I mean, when the tester look into this, they will easily understand. Okay, so now I want 2.4 requirement. Immediately I will come to know that okay, it belongs to 0.2 requirement. Okay, 3.2 it belongs to so and so requirement. Like this, easily you can identify. That's it. Do you have any doubts? Prerna, you understand? Sonia Maheshwari, Vinny.
Yes, I understand.
Pretty simple. Nothing is there here. Actually, it's a new topic.
Right.
That is the reason people are getting confused. But nothing is here. It's pretty simple. Only three templates, and we combine the three templates and put it in one place. We call them as requirement traceability matrix because we traced them. Okay, now I'll give you one more example for requirement traceability matrix. So you know functional requirements, right? Functional, you know non-functional, system requirements, data requirements. Now let's say I want to know that let's say functional requirement is login page. Okay, I want to know for this login page functional requirement what are the non-functional requirements. I mean, I want to see in one order. I don't want to look into different pages. I don't want to open functional, non-functional system, and I don't want to see all this. I want to make it very clear that for this requirement, what is the use, what is the functional, what are the functional, non-functional requirements. Let's say for login page, non-functional requirements are performance, okay, uh, quality, and security. And for all the requirements, we don't find security, right? Like login page, that is the reason we have security. For other requirements, we have quality and performance. So now let's say login page is the requirement, and for login page the performance is let's say 1 second it should take, and quality should be some according to some standards, and security also according to some standards like 5-digit password or character password, whatever it is. We have to mention here. Yesterday we talked about these all things in PRE document, right? Authentications, access control, security, quality, and all these things, correct? So like this. Now it is very easy, right? For this login page, this is the performance, quality, and security requirement. Now I understand one requirement. This is also known as requirement traceability matrix. What we are doing? We are tracing different requirements and putting together, correct? Because these requirements you will find in different templates, functional and non-functional, system and data, and overall you combine and put it in DRD. That's right. But how many times you will turn the templates up and down, and how many times you open the pages and see? It is better if you open one Excel sheet like this, because every requirement you have for every requirement you have a performance, quality, and security. At the same time, system also. Like let's say for login page we are using Java, okay. For web page we are using HTML. Let's say there is one Flash movie, we are using some Flash player here, some different player. Like this, for every requirement, software is also needed. And database, of course, database will be same for all the project. Of course, software will also be same, but sometimes we may, like yesterday, what we had seen in use case document in the previous class, like SAP, different colors, right? In the flow diagrams we have seen SAP, email, so and so software, like this, .NET, all these things. What are all these things? Different colors they mentioned there. Like some requirements will be used by is designed by using some language. Some requirements are designed by using different language. That's it. So all things, whatever the technical requirements, whatever the system requirements, hardware requirements, software requirements, data requirements, we will write side by side. It will be very clear now. Correct? Yes or no? Very clear or not? So no need to worry. Very clearly you can see login page, username, password. So for that, performance is this. So this should be designed by using Java program only, and this should be the database. Very clearly you will understand, and easily technical people will develop the application. This is also one of the use of RTM. What we are doing here, we are tracing the requirements and putting under one roof. That's it. Do you have any doubts here? Prerana, Maheshwari, Sonia, Vinny? Are you following me what I am saying?
Yeah, Shreya. So when when you're writing a test case, do you have to write any test case for non-functional requirements too, like performance, if it is able to log in within that particular time and all that?
Of course, we have to write.
Okay.
Of course, we have to write. And sometimes testers will write this, sometimes BA will write this. But best practice is BA should look into this. Remember one thing, whatever the requirement which is doing some action, whatever the requirement, whatever it is, even the image, even the font, even the quality, everything you have to test it. Because testing means we don't test only functionalities, right? We test everything. So that is the reason we have many types of testings, like unit testing, black box testing, white box testing. Black box testing means functional testing. That means we test the functionality. Black box testing means programming testing, that is logic. Behind the program, behind the screen, we write some program, right? We have to test that one also. Testers will test it, not BA. Don't worry. Okay? So, but BA should design a test case template for functional and non-functional, not for system and data. Okay? And this you understand, right? Second example, functional, non-functional system and data requirements. That's it. You can use this Excel sheet. And okay, so tomorrow we will look into testing. Fine. Tomorrow we'll be looking into testing, and whatever the assignments. Once I get some assignment, I can discuss more. Okay. Tomorrow we'll finish testing topic, and then I will show you some tools, just a high level, like what are the automation tools we have, like quality test and all these things. And let's see. And I'll also give you one audio voice presentation for testing. So no need to undergo any testing in future. If you want, if you have any doubts, you can look into this video and audio. You can understand about some 100% knowledge you'll get on testing. Okay. That's it. Yes, Vinay, what's your doubt? It is not metric. It's matrix. Requirement traceability matrix. Metric is different. Matrix is different. Matrix is nothing but it's a tabular format. Okay. A design is known as matrix. Metric means some calculation. Yes, Vinny is asking good questions. So, what is the chat box? So, can it be separate with the BRD? Yes, it is a separate template. It is a separate Excel sheet. Okay, or you can put in any document also. You can design an Excel sheet and copy it into a PDF or anything. If you search in Google, you'll find lot of RTM, requirement traceability matrix. Okay, and metric, METRIC, metric is nothing but a calculation program. We call it as a metric. Yeah. Yes, we need BRD for measurement. Yes, we need requirements. All the requirements you'll find in BRD. BRD is mandatory. Without BRD, we can't do anything. First, design the BRD, then go with all these things. I'm coming from the beginning, right? Step by step. As a BA, you gather requirements, then draw diagrams, gather requirements, then at last finalize, put all the requirements in BRD. Okay, draw and then RTM, requirement traceability matrix, test case template. We are not supposed to put these test cases, RTMs and all these things in BRD. Okay, we have to put it separate. Or else you can attach them. Okay, or else you can attach them to BRD. There is a possibility. Like for example, let me open a document here. Let's assume this is a BRD document. Okay, let's assume this is of course it's a Word document, right? You want to put RTM here. Okay, no need to copy and paste and do all these things. Just go to insert and you take some hyperlink, or else you can right click here somewhere. You can right click here and look for the hyperlink. Click on the hyperlink, and in the hyperlink, let's go to I saved in pictures, right? Just a second. Let's say some desktop. On desktop, let's say some demo. Here is an Excel sheet. I selected it and I clicked on it. I got the link here. When I put my cursor here, it says click plus follow link. Okay, I just click on the control button. I just clicked on it. Okay, it opened the Excel sheet. Correct? What I gave you the address. But this is the way also you can put. Okay, let's click on it. It opens an Excel sheet. So like this also you can put some links in the Word document, any document, PDF document or whatever. Okay. Yes, it is the format. Okay. Yep. So tomorrow please join on time. Okay. Prerna, I'll send you an email tomorrow. Don't worry. Okay.
No, that's okay. I mean, I know. Usually I am, logged in, but today I was doing something and I was actually mentally ready that once I get the email, I'm going to log in. But I'm always there.
I know. It was my mistake actually.
No, it's not a mistake.